Best part of my first year was welcome week. First week when everybody gets into the dorms and all that, you meet so many new people and you kind of find where you fit in on campus. It was a lot of fun.
Best part of my first year was going to the Rose Bowl.
If I had to redo my freshman year, I would probably visit my advisor a little bit more, really figure out what I'm doing. So I kind of just went into it, hope for the best with my schedule.
First semester, I kind of hung out more with high school friends and people I knew, and I'd prefer if I would have hung out with my floor more. And I did that second semester, and it made it so much more fun.
I probably would have studied a little bit more for my first exam because it didn't go so well as I wanted it to. Mine also didn't go as well, so I probably would have taken better advantage of the tutoring services in the dorms or at Gordon's.
Beginning of fall, I would have definitely got out to more libraries, gone and studied outside of the dorms because the dorms are a place where people get together and socialize a lot, and it's hard to study during social opportunities. And I would have joined more student organizations and got more involved.
My answer would be going away to school. You're not with your parents, and you have all the freedom you want. So I would say being a little more responsible first semester and studying and maybe not going out as much so I could get better grades first semester. I wish I would have done that.
I think that I wish that I would have learned to manage my time better. I got involved in a lot of activities and difficult classes, but I didn't really learn to not procrastinate and make a list of priorities.
Yeah, and I think especially since you have a lot of classes that are you only have a few exams as your entire grade, it's really easy to just put everything off until a couple days before or the night before your exam. That's a really terrible idea.
I would consider going to the library more because towards the end of my first semester I started going to the library more, and it was so much more helpful for me because it's the library. But that helped me a lot, so doing that.
I think I would have joined more intramural teams. Just keep doing a sport I did in high school.
I think I would have definitely brought more pairs of boxers because I misplaced a bunch, and I feel like that was the key for first semester. So
It happens.
yeah.
I would say the most surprising thing about campus was just how big the classes were. I wasn't expecting to walk in and have 300 people in the lecture hall, so I think that was really surprising for me. But then coming into discussion sections and stuff like that, it really helped make the campus a lot smaller because there were 20 people in those sections. So I think I was just surprised to walk in and see a huge lecture hall full of students.
I think the most surprising thing was how welcomed I felt. I remember my high school advisors telling me that I was going to feel like a number in such a big school, but right away I had a great community of people on my floor in Whitty, and it felt like a family, and we'd watch ABC Family movies on Sunday nights and get pizza from Gordon Commons. So I would definitely say how much I felt like Madison became a home to me.
For me, it was just all the free time. Because you're not in class all day from 7 to 3 every day. It's different. You may only be in class for 2 hours in a given day, and figuring out what to do with that free time sort of took some time. But it was sort of cool, and it certainly requires some responsibility too.
I think for me the most surprising thing about college was just starting off in a direction. I started off as being a psychology major, and then from there I switched to majoring in math, and then I eventually managed to double major in math and chemistry, and it's just not where I originally planned on going. I originally planned on going to medical school, but after taking some math and chemistry classes, I thought maybe more graduate school would be more my route.
I would say the most surprising class I took was Intro to Weather and Climate my freshman year, because originally I was going to be a physics major, but when I took the class I fell in love with the subject material and changed my major.
I, for whatever reason, chose to take Arabic, and I ended up loving it. At first it seemed super complicated, because you're learning a new language and you're not using the standard English characters to write with. But after the first semester, I just saw how much I improved, and I was really proud of myself. And I guess just to show you that you can do anything you set your mind to, for sure.
My favorite class my first year here was Poli-Sci 104. It was actually the class that helped me decide that I want to major in political science. It was really, really cool. The professor was amazing. He actually had a puppy golden retriever, and he brought it to the big lecture hall, and it was like walking up and down the aisles, and like it just like says a lot about how like the professors are here. Like they're super, super cool and fun. So yeah, I really love that class.
The best course I've probably ever taken was Art History 202. It was kind of just a class I threw in my schedule at the last minute because I had so much extra space, and it ended up being one of those courses that I don't think would have I ever would have gotten myself involved in before coming to school. And it was great to learn about art and history at the same time. The professor was so great, and I actually considered even majoring in it for a while because it was such a great experience for me.
I took Psych 202 with Jeff Henriquez, and he made the class really fun and enjoyable. And even though I'm not one of those people who thinks psych is super interesting, I ended up really enjoying the class, and it was probably my favorite class here that I've taken on campus.
One of the most surprising and cool classes I've ever taken would be Econ 101. I thought it was going to be the most boring, dry material ever, but I had an amazing professor, and I ended up getting super interested in the topic, and I love economics now.
With my first semester, I would definitely not stress as much as I did. Just come in and just enjoy the experience, go with the flow, and just understand that everything is going to work out. And if you mess up your freshman year, you always have that opportunity and the resources around you to help you get back on your feet and keep going.
Certainly. I would say that as an incoming student, really push yourself to get involved on campus. My freshman year I got involved in club tennis, and since then those folks have become some of my closer friends. So really get involved in things, try new things out. You'll learn a lot about things you like as well as things you don't like, and you'll make connections with people all across campus in that fashion.
Just be open to do new things. Like that's what college is all about. You got to be willing to explore and find out what you want to do with your life.
Don't underestimate how awesome studying can be. If you do it with friends, you can make awesome friends that way, and then you can, keep up that GPA that you really want to keep.
You should definitely branch out as much as possible. So if you have a lot of friends from high school that are going here, not necessarily always being locked down with always hanging out with them. Just try to, make as many new friends as possible, because that's really what college is all about.
Make sure you get enough sleep.
Just expand your horizons, open your mind. You'll find something that you'll like, and you'll find a good group of friends.
First semester students should definitely go to their professor's office hours. Really take advantage of those. They aren't scary people, and they really want to get to know you and ask those burning questions that you have.